Keeping on the come up with a 211 in my mind, persuaded by the devil, gripping on my black plastic now. Searching for a lick that I can hit with murder in my soul. Swinging bending corners in the 67 Elko.
Hello, this is my theory on Gold Rogers' Kenbunshoku Haki, observation Haki, and more specifically how masterful he was at using it. I believe that his skill in using it was to the extent that he saw not a little into the future like Katakuri, but decades ahead, and perhaps even had some control in the events that are currently taking place. Originally belonging to Gold Roger, who passed it on to Shanks, who then subsequently passed it on to Luffy, the current wearer to this date. A lot of people undermine the significance of the straw hat. There is absolutely no way that Luffy would have become as strong as he is without it. I mean, one of his main goals is to return the hat to Shanks after he becomes a great pirate, the Pirate King. And what if Gold Roger knew this? What if he knew that the only way Luffy would become strong enough to continue his legacy is if Shanks had passed the straw hat onto him? It is my belief that Gold Roger meticulously passed it onto Shanks, knowing that he would thereafter give it to Luffy. We know that it's possible to see the future. Is it really a stretch to say that a legend like Gold Roger wasn't superior to Katakuri in this ability? I'm not gonna go full Naruto here and say he's pulling a Madara, but it's something to think about. During Rayleigh's flashback, Roger is quoted to have said, "I will not die, partner." This is a very strange thing for him to say, knowing full well that he was about to be executed. I propose that he saw himself in Luffy, and that is the meaning behind these words. Think of how happy Rayleigh was whenever he interacted with Luffy. Think of all the times people have said how similar Luffy and Roger are. A famous quote said by the Dark King himself upon once again seeing the similarities between Luffy and Roger. Maybe this quote has more meaning than what has already been revealed. I'll get to that later on. Would be very much like Oda to tease this. The man Roger was waiting for at the very least. It's not you teach, just as there are people who inherited Roger's will. You may eradicate their bloodline, but their flame never dies. For many ages, it has been passed down through the generations, and someday, bearing the weight of all these generations, a man will appear to challenge this world. Whitebeard knows that Blackbeard isn't the one Roger is waiting for, which means Roger has some idea as to who he is waiting for. How would he possibly have any idea who he is waiting for, you ask? Well, if you've read up to here, then you shouldn't be asking that. Whitebeard states that someday someone will challenge the world. Now this is obviously Luffy. I don't think I need to explain that. But how does Whitebeard know this? We've seen that he was at least cooperative with Roger, and Roger trusted him enough to tell him the meaning behind D. Is it far-fetched to say that Roger also told him about the future that he had seen with his Haki? Whitebeard is clearly reminded of Roger when he meets Luffy, and I was especially given the impression that Whitebeard believes Luffy is the one Roger is waiting for when he had his commanders back up Luffy in Marineford. Why else would he risk everything on a weak kid? Pedro wishes to join the Pirate King on his adventure, and Gold Roger tells him that everyone has their moment to shine. In other words, he's telling Pedro that he'll have another chance. Who is it that Pedro accompanies on his adventure in Whole Cake Island? Only the future Pirate King, Monkey D. Luffy. To end this short little theory off, I would like to leave you with something to think about. Allow me to present you with another quote, this time by the protagonist and the future Pirate King. Wouldn't it be ironic if Luffy wasn't actually in control of his freedom the entire time? Like, if Roger had already predetermined it all? Just a theory within a theory.